Morning, man. I know it's been a long week for you. I won't be long. I've been in these meetings before, as a former player and as a coach. And I know one thing about players. Their attention span's not that long, especially when people are talking. Make sure you don't doze. If somebody dozes, nudge him. I don't want you to miss anything. This is free information, man. A lot of things in life are not free. This is free. First thing I want you to do is concentrate on that logo right there, that old shield. When you guys were little guys, you probably thought about one day maybe I would have an opportunity to play in the National Football League. That's going to happen. You know, you guys are worried about I'm being a rookie and, you know, when is this like? It's going to end. You can't control that. Don't worry about that. Only thing you control, you be ready to go, man. Kind of like when you're sitting on the sideline. When you were a freshman, maybe you weren't a starter and the starter got hurt. Coach said, you got to go, son. Go. When this thing comes to fruition, and it will, they're going to kick the ball off. You're going to go to training camp. If you're not ready to go physically, that's on you. It's on you. Don't blame the lockout. Don't blame the commissioner. Don't blame D. Smith. When you go to training camp, nobody wants to know about, well, you know, we missed 20 practices because we didn't go to OTAs and we don't care. Nobody cares. That shield right there, that represents something very special, man. Special group of players, special group of coaches. Basically 1,900 football players are professional football players. Professional. 1,900. That's it. What to expect? Here's the difference you're going to learn very quickly, man, when you enter the National Football League. A lot of you guys, great college players. Most of you are. That's why you're in this room. That's why you got drafted. Doesn't matter when you get drafted. Really doesn't matter. You're some of the elite players in college football. When you played on that field, there was times that maybe there were 6 pro football players out there you were playing against. Here's the problem. That shield, the league you're getting ready to enter, let me tell you something about that league, man. 22 professional football players. There's not 6 of them, 22 of them. They're all professional football players. And right now, guess what? They got more experience than you. Nothing you can do about that. Now, you might have more talent, but they got more experience. And you know what else, man? It's a job. It's their job. You don't have to go to class anymore. It's your job. Understand what I'm saying? It's your job, man. We'll get into that a little later. Let's say if we're playing a football game, let's get to the first quarter. Real simple. Not very difficult. See that first quarter right there, man? See what that says? Look at it. Read it, man. Make sure you read the privilege part. It's not your right. Don't think because you're a talented college player, oh, you know, no, it's not. Privilege. To coach and to play. I know. I've been in the league for 30 years, man. 30 years. Yeah, I'm an old man. I still got one hit left in me, though, man. I got one left. I'm saving it. I'm saving it. I got one tackle left in me, man. A privilege. It's a privilege to coach and play in this league. A little fraternity, man. At the end of the day, here's what happens. On opening day, when you look up and down that sideline, and when they say that national anthem, there's only 46 players standing there for every team. 46, not college football. You don't dress everybody. 46 players. Will you be one of the guys on opening day that's standing on that sideline when they see the national anthem? That's your choice. It's up to you. That's your choice. What you gonna do? We're going to find out. See that thing? Talent, expectations, production. Sometimes talent could be a curse. You got so much talent, you don't live up to it. You guys seen it. You seen players in college got a lot of talent. Can't live up to the talent. See, one thing about talent, you didn't earn it. God gave it to you, man. God gave you your talent. So let's get that straight. It ain't like you went somewhere and worked out and got some talent. God gave you a talent. And every single man in this room has talent. You got enough talent to play in the league. That's why you're sitting in this room. That's why professional football teams drafted you. So you got talent. Now, does the production meet the talent? That's the big picture. Because if you're not a productive player, man, then it becomes a curse. See, because this is what happens to you. Coaches say, well, real talented guy. Why is he not living up to the production? Something wrong. Something wrong with that guy. Is he distracted? Is this game not important to him? Use your talent, man. It's a gift. It's a gift. A lot of people wish they could sit in this room. A lot of people wish they'll get invited to training camp. Think about the guys you went to college with, didn't get drafted. Think about those guys. They're hoping somebody calls so they get an opportunity. You got an opportunity, man. Don't waste your talent. The expectations, man. Let me tell you something about goals. If you ain't got no plan, man, it's a wish. It's like falling asleep at night and dreaming. You got a plan? Not your agent. Not the guy that works you out. Not some of your boys. Do you got a plan? What's your plan? What's your plan to be a professional football player? It's on you. Because at the end, nobody's going to play for you. Nobody's going to practice. You got to do that. You got to do all the work. Easy for somebody to sit behind you, oh, you should do this, and I got this. No, no, no. What's your plan? Start formulating the plan, man. You can have all the goals you want, but if you don't have a plan how to get there, you just wishing. And if you wish it in this league, won't be long. You'll be sitting at home watching it. It's truth. Right there. You see that one right there? This is where young players struggle. Priorities. That one right there, boy, gets them. That priority thing gets them. Gets them. Every time, priorities right there. See, this is what I believe. Your habits create who you are. And if you're not willing to change your habits, you ain't changing, man. I hear that all the time. You know what we do in America? What's the biggest thing we sell in America? Diet. Every time you turn TV on, there's a new diet plan. Do this and you can lose weight. Do it. You know what's the problem? People don't want to change their habits. They don't want to change them. Well, I'll do it for a week, and then a week go back to this. Your habits create who you are, man. What are your priorities in life? One day, just sit down and just kind of write it down on paper. You want to be famous? Want to have a lot of money? What are your priorities? Where's your family? Where's your faith? Where's football? My priorities are real simple, man. I was a DB. See, I wasn't an offensive guy, one of those smart guys. Three things. Faith, my family, my occupation. That's for me. Now you get to decide your priorities. I don't know what they are. I have no idea. They belong to you. But somewhere along the line on that list, this football thing is kind of important. And if it's way down the list, you got issues, man. You're going to have issues before you get in the league. I promise you're going to have issues. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, when I get in the league, boy, I can't wait. Going to get a boatload of money. I'm going to be famous. That's great. I'll tell you something about being famous, man. Be careful what you wish for. When you leave this room today, there are cameras watching you wherever you go. You know it. And whatever you do, guess what? Because there's not football, the station I work for, we're going to put it on the air. We're going to put you on TV. And I don't want to be sitting up there talking about some player that got himself in the jam again. I don't like doing that. Why? I'm a former player, former coach. It's embarrassing. And you know who it's embarrassing to? It's embarrassing to that dadgum shield. See, you think it only affects you? It affects everybody. It affects the National Football League, man. And it's bigger than any coach and any player. That's what we don't get sometimes. We think, well, I'm all this. You ain't all that. One thing about the National Football League, man, is this. When you get that jersey, it's rented. Your name's on the back of it, but when you come out of the league, they're going to take your name off and give somebody else your number. And when you're the coach, you got a whistle. That's rented too. So don't think you're bigger than that shield, because you're not. You're a part of it. And everything you do on the field and now off the field, it becomes news. And I ain't sitting up there in Bristol going, here we go, got another player. And then I got to sit and talk about it. About some player, it's real simple. There's a 12 o'clock rule, man. Nothing good happens after 12 o'clock. Think about it. Think about it. 12 o'clock rule. At midnight, if you pass midnight, you better start trying to get up out of there where you at. Get going, man. Because something bad gonna happen. Happens all the time. You out to a party? I know what happens. You smiling at the girl, she smiling at you, you thinking she's in love with you, she ain't in love with you. When 12 o'clock hits, man, let me tell you something. If she ain't smiled back, time to go. Get up out of there. You kidding me? Come on. You're smarter than that. You're smarter than that. Then I've been there. You think, hey, look, I'm an old man. It ain't changed. I came in the league in 1977. You think we didn't do stuff what you guys are thinking about? Things you thought about doing right, I done already done. You kidding me? I'm not your agent. I'm not your lawyer. I'm going to give you some free advice, man. First one was 12 o'clock rule, right? Put that on your priority list. The next one is this, and I tell rookies this all the time, one of my first meetings. Remember this, man. There's been some people up here that talked about their finances. Let me tell you something about your finances. Understand what they are, and you won't understand what I'm saying right now, and when you get a little older, you will. In life, all you need is one of everything. One. Starts this way. National Football League, what you gonna do when you get the check? Go get a car, one car. You get one. Want to get a house? One house. I saw the draft now. Some of y'all had a lot of that jewelry on. One piece of jewelry. Not the Mr. T starter set. Don't need all that. Don't need it. You don't need it. We laugh, but you know, I promise you, you're going to come to the training game, there's going to be one, you're going to have it all flying around here. Yeah, you know, blinging. Oh, yeah, okay. One. Just one. Think about what I'm saying now. And here's the real important one. Here's the real important one. You get one girlfriend or you get one wife. Can't have both. And let me tell you something. If you play for the Dallas Cowboys and you go to Philadelphia, you still got that one girlfriend and that one wife. Don't screw that up. Don't screw it up. Now I'm going to tell you that. So you've been told. You've been told. Don't let me sit up there in Sports Center or on NFL Live and have to say, are you kidding me? I told that guy that. And here he is. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and he got himself in the jam. Or one of those other things happen. Don't be the guy. Don't do it. That's free advice. Don't cost you nothing. One of everything, man. Understand what I'm telling you? Second quarter. Not too difficult. Here we go. This is what you will learn when you enter the National Football League. Not a hobby. Not a hobby. Not a hobby, man. Those guys in the locker room, remember this. What did I just tell you? 46 guys get dressed. You do the math. 80 players go to training camp. You do the math. You got to take somebody's job. We don't dress 125 guys. There is no freshman class. 46 players dressed. So when you walk in that locker room, when you do walk in that locker room in training camp, them veteran guys are looking at you and going, okay, he's trying to take my job. That's why it's called professional football. It's professional football, man, not a hobby. You got to take a grown man's job. Think about it. He's providing for his family. You think that's easy? If you think it's easy, you got a problem. They're going to like you because you can help them win, but you got to take his job. Professional football, man. It's your occupation. Here we go. I hear this all the time, players. Yeah, I'm coachable. Yeah, are you coachable or are you sensitive? Are you a sensitive player? Huh? I'm coachable. Oh, coach, don't say that about me. Now you get sensitive. Don't get sensitive. Be coachable. Here's another one. I hear this all the time. Coach, yeah, I want to be coach. Are you available? If you're in the training room and you're missing practice, you ain't available. Know the difference between being hurt and injured. If you play in the National Football League, let me tell you something, man. I hurt for 10 years. I was always hurting. You hurt. Hurt guy can play. Hurt guy can practice. Injured guy, you can't. No. Know the difference. I got an owie. My hand. Yeah, really. My neck hurt. Oh, yeah. It's going to hurt. Know the difference. Be available. And here's the last one, man. You see that one right there? Be on time. It's amazing. Now, some of you guys, I saw in the draft, had those big old watches. You should never be late. You can't. It's impossible. Men, be on time. And here's why. When you walk in that meeting room, professional meeting room now, and you're late, you know what happens? This is what the players think. What? This ain't important? Go back to your priorities. What's important? How can you be late to your job? How? What else do you have to do? You ain't got to go to study hall. Your study hall's in the classroom. Professional football. You can't be late. What's more important? If you got an emergency at home, I got it. I got it. But other than that, man, you should never be late. Because when you start being late, it shows up. And you know what players say? They don't trust you. Players in the locker room don't trust you. And it starts going around. Man, that guy always late, man. What's wrong with him? This ain't important? Don't be late, man. Know your role, do your job. How about that? Your role might change from what you did in college. You might have been a starter in college, might have been an All-American, might have been a first-round draft choice, and the first day you go to practice, guess what? You're on the look squad. You holding the cards. I ain't never done it. Hold the cards, man. Know your role, do your job. Do your job. See, we don't have freshman guys in pro football. So when you go hold the cards, we can beat these guys up. No, you're the guy they're going to beat up. You're the guy. Because there's only 80. You kidding me? There ain't nobody else. Understand your role, do your job. You're a professional. That's what you get paid to do. And by the way, you will practice more than you play games in football. And in pro football, you get paid to practice. They pay you. How about that, man? They pay you to practice. What about that? You actually get paid to come to practice. Remember, for football, you don't play once a week. You go practice. You will practice more football than you play in your lifetime. And you get paid. That's important. Here we go. Be a good listener, man. Don't be one of those guys that do this. Oh, I hear you, coach, and you're doing your little tweet. I hear you, coach, you're driving your car. You know, don't hear me, listen. Listen, we have a problem doing that in America. We don't want to listen. And then when we don't listen, it's kind of, my bag. I don't want it. No, it ain't your bag. No. You ain't listening. Focus. Focus. Listen, man. Be a good listener. People are giving you information. This is where rookies struggle. How do you process information? Critical. Critical, man. Process information. You're a little bit behind. You've missed 20 practices already. But the coach is going to implement information to you when you get to training camp. The faster you can process the information, the faster you can use your talent. When you got to sit there and think about, I'm breaking the huddle. Oh, no, now what do? We got a problem. And you know what happens, man? Then you can't play. Now you hurt the team. Process information. How quickly can you process it and take it from the classroom and go between the lines and do it? That's pro football. 3 things coaches are going to teach you, man. 3 things. The what? They're going to teach you what to do. Then they're going to teach you how to do it. But you know what you got to learn if you're going to have a career in the National Football League? Why? Why is the coach calling this coverage? Why is he calling this play? It's the why, man. Learn the why. When you learn the why, then you understand the philosophy of what you're trying to do. You become what we call a student of the game. Understand the why, man. 3rd quarter, man, we're almost done. Hang in there. We're going to be fine. You see this commitment thing? Now, some of you guys, church going, if I was to tell you you want to go to heaven, everybody raise their hand, wouldn't they? Probably raise 2 hands. I want to go. Problem is, who wants to die? Put my hands down. I'm dying. That ain't good. Really? Commitment, man. Are you committed to your profession? Are you committed to it? Starts with a struggle. It always does. Hard to commit. Are you committed to being the best professional football player you can be? Here we go. Distractions. You see that one right there? They waiting right now, too, now. This lockout's over with. You sign the contract, guess what? Gonna be in the paper. Your hometown paper, they gonna have it. On campus, they gonna have it. You know, the girl you've been trying to look at for the last 4 years wouldn't talk to you. When you sign the contract, oh boy, she might give you a call. She might tweet you. Watch it. That wealth and fame attracts many friends. Here's the problem. Make sure you choose your friends. Don't let them choose you. Don't let them choose you. You choose the circle you want to hang around in, and make sure that circle understands who you are and what you're trying to do. That's important, man. Choose your friends. Don't let them choose you. Here we go. This is what is expected out of any rookie. Because you don't have any experience. You got talent. You know what else you got? You got some enthusiasm. Don't lose it. It's kind of died down right now because the draft's been over with and you haven't been in training camp, you haven't done OTAs. Don't lose your enthusiasm. And the guy I always put up there, who wore number 4 in the National Football League? Played quarterback. Anybody know that guy? There you go. Now, he played a long time, man. But to his credit, he never let wealth, fame, or his longevity in the league, he never let it affect his enthusiasm for playing the game of football. And sometimes that happens to us. We get to a point to where it's like, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Don't lose that. And when you're a rookie, you might make a lot of mistakes, and you might get flustered at times. Be enthusiastic, man, because you know what? That's what you can bring every day. Be excited. Be excited about football. You really got to like football. Don't be one of those guys that kind of like what football provides them. But a lot of players in the league, they really don't like football. They like riding around in their car and going to the mall with the jersey on, you know, and I'm a football player. You got to like football, man. You got to like it. Be accountable. This is the most important thing, man. Be accountable to your coaches and your teammates. You got to earn the trust of coaches and the veteran players. Because here's the process of a coach. And you guys seen it before. You'll see it in pro football a lot. You'll have more talent than the guy that's playing, but the problem is you make too many errors. So you know what happens to the coach? You put the coach in the bind because he can't trust you. Because here's the problem. The veterans on the football team, they know when you go in the game, they're going, oh boy. This guy ain't for sure he knows what to do. So the players don't trust you and the coach don't trust you. And if the coach can't trust you, guess what? He can't put you in the game, man. Earn the trust of your teammates. Very important. Very important. Fourth quarter, man, we're almost done. Hang in there. There it is again, the shield. Talked about the shield. See this legacy deal? This is kind of important. Since Pop Warner, high school football, college football, you guys have had a legacy. Pro football now, it starts whenever camp opens up. They're going to give you a helmet. You get a jersey. And you can say, well, this ain't no big deal. Big deal. Because here's what's going to happen to you. When ain't nobody looking, you're going to run over there in the bathroom. You know what? And you're going to look at the mirror and you're going to have your helmet on. You'll be turning the helmet around and look at yourself. Oh, I got a profile. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And that's how it should be, man. Now, what you do with your legacy will start the first day of practice. What will be written about what you do? Will you have a career? Or will you be one of those guys with a lot of talent that kind of he never really. But it's up to you. It's up to you, man. So we always want to say, well, the coach, man, it ain't the coach. Don't tell me about the coach. Coach can't play. Coach don't play. Coach ain't never made a tackle for me, man. Never. They might call something you don't like, don't matter. Do your job. Because the last time I checked, when the game is being played, they're looking at you. You got to perform. That's a part of your legacy. Doesn't matter what team you're on. Really doesn't. Has no bearing. Your legacy begins when you get that helmet and that jersey, man. What will be written about you? Last thing, man. Pro football player. When you boil it all down, a pro football player has these attributes. He's always early. This is a pro football player now, man. This is 30 years of information you're getting for free. Free. Pro football player, look what it says. He studies the game plan, ready list, opponent's film, prepares for the day, look what I'm saying, man, of work. It's called work. It's called practice. team. Always puts the team first. You have to be selfish if you're going to be a professional athlete, man. I'm not telling you don't be selfish. You should be selfish. But don't put that in front of the team. Then you're going to have a problem. Physically prepared. Never, oh, there's that word again. I keep saying it, man. Practice. Somebody once said, practice? No, practice. You got to practice. That's what we do in football. We practice. Practice in practice. Never tires in the game. Pushes itself in practice. Sprints to the ball, whether you're an offensive, defensive player. He finishes the play. How hard is that? You're talking about 4 seconds. Can you do that for 4 seconds? Can you do that 65 times? Gonna find out. That's the great thing about football, men. The film don't lie. It never lies. It never lies. Competes. Compete, man. Thrives on a challenge. Especially one-on-one physical competition. Let me tell you something about that word compete, man. This is what you're going to learn about the National Football League. Learn to compete against yourself. It's not about the opponent. He ain't got nothing to do with it. He's going to show up. See, they kick the ball off at 1 o'clock in the National Football League, unless you play Monday night or Sunday night. 1 o'clock, they kick it off. Here we go. Make sure you understand every time you practice, every time you play, you compete against you. It ain't about the other guy. There's going to be a guy over there. It doesn't matter if he's an all-pro, Hall of Famer. It don't matter. And it doesn't matter if he's a rookie. Go compete against yourself. That way when you compete, the level of your play stays consistent and it gets better. Don't let the competition dictate how you're going to compete. Don't do it to yourself, man. Don't do it. Learn how to compete against yourself. Push yourself. A football player. This is a football player. Whether you play offense, defense, it doesn't matter. Plays hard to the ball. Thrives on being physical. We had the good doctor here talking about concussions. I get it. When I was playing, a little bit different. You got a little ring, and guess what? Trainer said, you okay? He said, yeah. He said, how many fingers? Yeah, he hold up that many, and that's good enough. You say 1, he said, that's good enough. Go play. Now they're protecting players. They should. Let me tell you something, though, man. If you're not a physical player, and I don't care what position you play, physically and mentally tough, the league will find you, and they'll get you out. Like I said, grown men play this game. High school football plays on Friday night. They call it Friday night football. Saturday college people play. On Sunday, professional football players play, man. Grown men. They're angry. It's a physical game, a violent game. Combative at times. Understand that. Don't fool yourself. Don't, I'm just telling you. That first day of practice when that man put them pads on, that helmet on you, and you stand across from that veteran, you better be ready. Because he's going to try to get after you a little bit now, man. All right? That's part of the deal. That's why it makes it so great, man. Competitive environment. Leader. Be an example, man. Understand how the game should be played. This game's been around a long time, man. Been a lot of great players play this game. A lot of great coach this game. You're a part of that class. We need every guy in this room, and even the guys that aren't in this room, to be good football players. It's good for the league. It's good for the league, man. I don't care what team you play for. I don't care what position you play. I don't care how you were drafted, first round, second round, free, it doesn't matter. Be a good football player. It's good for the National Football League. You want to be famous? Go ahead and be famous, man. Show off. But understand this. Understand this, man. This thing right here, that shield, it's bigger than anybody in this room. Your job, be a great football player, inspect and respect the integrity of that shield. That's your job. That's what you signed on for, man, play in the league. Go play like your hair is on fire, man. Some of you don't have hair, don't worry about it. Go play with enthusiasm. Don't let anybody set any limits on you. If you're a good player, you're going to play in this league. Coaches want players to succeed. That's what coaches do. They want you to be great. Don't settle to be good, man. Go be great. Help the league. Help yourself. And if you do that, everything else takes care of itself. Men, it's been my pleasure to stand here before you. I'm going to work, and I'm going to wait till training camp opens up. We're going to talk about some of you guys. We talk about the quarterbacks a lot, as you know. They're important. Everyone in this room is important. Doesn't matter what position you play, man. Your legacy will start once you go to training camp. When you get that helmet and that jersey, make sure you go someplace in that locker room and when you have a little quiet time and figure out what that means to you, man. Be excited, man. I'm excited for you. I want to see every guy in this room have some success. And try to live your life this way, man. It's real simple. Be a man of integrity. Be a man of integrity. And the simplest way I can put it to you is your words and your life got to match up. Got to match up. Not that hard. Be a man of integrity. Understand that. We're males at birth, but you got to choose to be a man. That's your choice. Be a great man, men, and be an outstanding football player, and things will take care of itself. God bless you all, and thank you.